Welcome to the Mike Waugh Report with Senator Mike Waugh, a program that takes a look at state government issues that are important to the people of York County.
Hi everybody, and welcome to this month's Mike Waugh Report. I'm coming to you from downtown York at Central Market, a place I'm sure you can see in our background here. It's familiar to many. It's a nice, vibrant place to visit. We happen to be here on a Thursday afternoon. The lunch crowd's just sort of winding down, but there's still a nice aroma here in the building of a lot of good things for lunch. Our show this week, as you know, we always try to deal with educational and informational things. We're trying to be a little proactive here and talk about a project that many folks are working on to try to bring to fruition right here at Central Market, downtown York. And it's really an interesting project. It's a neat project. And as most of you know, I like to talk a lot about things involving agriculture and how we can intermix or diversify our agriculture in Pennsylvania. We've done some videos out on farms and out in the countryside. So why in the world would we be here at Central Market talking about how agriculture is a part of the show? Well, we're going to explain that to you here in the next few minutes. And joining me today, first of all, is Larry Grunden from PennTAP, which is an assistance program for business development here in Pennsylvania. He's a senior food industry specialist. And Winifred McGee. Ms. McGee is from Lebanon County. She's the extension director over in Lebanon County with Penn State Cooperative Extension. And there's a reason why you two are joining me here in York today, and that's to talk about a project known as Keystone Kitchens. And it's something we're hoping to have here in York County. So let's start with you, Winifred, and talk a little bit about what Keystone Kitchens is, and conceptually what you would envision here at Central Market, how it would work, and how it would assist our business community and folks who might be interested in developing a business.
Okay. Well, our idea about the Keystone Kitchens project started about 5 years ago, between 4 and 5 years ago. Penn State was collaborating with PDA in a grant that we had from
Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture.
Right, from Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture, in a grant that we had from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which was called the Keystone Ag Innovation Center. And that whole project was to help farmers find ways to add value to their products, to make jams and jellies, to make mixed herb mixtures, to make apple pies from their apples, etc. And as that project wound down, we realized that one of the key ingredients that we needed was for the people to have some place to go to make those products. Mm-hmm. A commercial kitchen where they could make products that then could be sold commercially in marketplaces like this, or at roadside stands, or even on the shelves of supermarkets around the area.
What's the difference between, I'm going to jump in every now and then to just kind of get some questions. When you say a commercial kitchen, I mean, practically speaking, what would be the difference between that and what you might find at a you know, in your home, even if you had a really nice one? What's the difference? What are they looking for? Volume?
They're really looking for kitchens where the kitchen is set aside and is sort of like a restaurant kitchen. Mm-hmm. Where there are stainless steel countertops, there are 3-hole sinks, there are all those things that the sanitarian will be looking for in order to assure that the product that is made in that kitchen has been made under safe measures. Mm-hmm. And so many people can make certain types of products in their home legally for sale here in Pennsylvania. But once we get beyond the basic pies and cakes and cookies and a few of other things, they really need to go to a commercial level kitchen in order to make a safe product, a product that the sanitarian will approve for sale to the marketplace.
So the idea here at Central Market would be that we would have a space set aside and a space designed and improved in such a way that we'd have a commercial kitchen available for folks in and around the York area, farmers or producers, or other people who might be interested in restaurant development or some other sort of development, to come here and develop a plan and develop a business and actually have a startup right here in a setting in the market where there would be viable consumers. Is that correct?
Yes, many different types of food entrepreneurs could get their start in a shared kitchen. And the shared kitchen, as the name implies, means that the kitchen is open to a number of different users, sometimes at the same time. You may have 2 or 3 people who are using the kitchen at the same time, each doing their own operation, which helps to create cash flow, which helps to be able to sustain that kitchen as a valuable resource for all the food entrepreneurs in the community.
Sounds like a great idea and a good place to have it. Are you familiar with other projects like this? Are you involved, or is Penn State involved with other projects around the state like this?
Yes, I am familiar with a few kitchens that have started up. There was one that started up a couple of years ago out below Pittsburgh that has been up and running for better than a year now. And there are others that are getting a start right now across the state, largely because of the interest that we have gauged and that people have gauged throughout the communities in the whole idea of shared kitchen. And York is one of those areas where people seem to be very interested, so we're glad to see this project
We
starting
love to
here.
eat in York. And I know they do in Lebanon too. I have a
They
lot of
do.
good friends over in Lebanon, so
They do.
welcome to York.
Thank you.
Well, let's ask Larry now. How's PennTAP? What is PennTAP? Most people know what extension is, but what's PennTAP and how's PennTAP involved in this, Larry?
Well, PennTAP stands for the Pennsylvania Technical Assistance Program. We're also, as is Extension, are part of Penn State Outreach. Our mission is to be able to help businesses around the state with any technical assistance that they might need to help sustain that business and make them competitive. So that's our primary mission as PennTAP. For this kitchen project, we worked alongside Extension in terms of exploring the possibility of having kitchens available around the state. Was there an interest, and was it feasible? Because they're not inexpensive to operate. So first thing we had to do was find somebody to support us on this. And we were happy to find some funding from the Department of Agriculture, as well as the First Industries Ag Planning Grant that we received from the Department of Community and Economic Development. With that funding, what we did was we went out and we did a survey of potential users, potential people who would be interested in running the kitchen, as well as service organizations that might be willing to help assist in setting up the kitchen and running it.
What kind of people use this sort of a kitchen in your experience with all this background and research,
Sure.
due diligence, whatever you call it?
Well, we started out looking primarily at agriculture. We wanted to make that connection between the producer and the finished product,
Yep.
adding value.
Yep.
But in the results of our survey, we found that not only were ag producers interested in this concept, but we had quite a few people and food entrepreneurs who were interested also in taking Pennsylvania agricultural products, converting them into a value-added product, and marketing it themselves.
Right.
Restaurateurs, you mentioned that earlier. It's a great place for them to come and make products for sale, retail, because people like a sauce or something along that lines, and they would like to buy it and use it at home. That's a possibility.
Right.
Small specialty food companies also sometimes need a place where they can go and do product development. That is to make some test batches, see if it works before they introduce it to the public.
Yeah.
So those are a number of the things that we found as people being interested in using the kitchen.
Are any other kitchens located in a market like this one's proposed to be?
None that to date in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
There are, but it's something that we're looking at the possibility, or we aren't, but there's some folks outside the state that are looking at a possibility like that.
Sounds like a great idea. I think
Well,
it'd be a wonderful place.
it's a great place to be able to introduce your products, and you have your customers coming for all the other great and wonderful foods that are located in the market.
Yeah. Let me jump back to
Sure.
Winifred. Winifred, what area or geographic area would be served by this? Would this be exclusively for folks in the city or in York County, or is it more of a regional effort?
It would be more of a regional effort, I think. What we saw when we looked at some of those other kitchens that Larry is talking about is that people were willing to travel a certain distance. And we have really good roads here in the state of Pennsylvania, and really good roads that lead in and out of York in particular, that would allow for a wider range that could be drawn on of food entrepreneurs who would want to come in and produce their product. But then again, I'm very hopeful of the idea of a food entrepreneur coming in and wanting to get farm fresh commodities here from York County. So even if it isn't a York County entrepreneur, they are going to be using York County tomatoes, they're going to be using other things that can be grown in York County in their products that they're making, and it will stay, and dollars will be realized as part of it, and jobs will be created.
Great.
When you have the two-phase thing with both the farmer selling their commodities to an entrepreneur and an entrepreneur creating a food business, then you have two businesses that are both benefiting from the shared kitchen in their own way. And so we have a way of a multiplying effect, I think, in that regard.
Well, we're going to talk to a few other folks who might be involved in this, and we sure hope this is a successful project. And Winifred, we appreciate you coming to York today to share and be a part of this and all the work you've done. And Larry, thank you very much.
Thank you.